2, 1. I know you see.
I
Somehow
know
the world
can
will change for me and be so wonderful. We can't say that because it's gonna copyright.
Oh, I
Yeah.
just pushed it. All right.
Welcome back to the third chair, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ryan Adams. This is my main man, Joshua Hall. Thank you. Be on point with it
Yeah,
nowadays.
you know what I'm saying? Gotta level up.
Yeah, because before you was
I was
hanging
lacking
a lot.
Yeah, I was lacking.
Yo, we back again with another episode. We haven't recorded an episode in like
No, it's not.
it's been a lot actually.
No, that's not.
It may just
Like,
feels like a long
like
time.
a week and a half.
A week and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, because usually we do Saturday. I think it's just because
Saturdays.
it's not Saturday.
Mhm. It's like
maybe.
a weekend, 4 days.
Yeah, because what's today? Today's Thursday.
Thursday.
Maybe that's like okay. Okay, so I guess it hasn't been that long.
You know.
I missed y'all though. I actually wanted to do an episode like 2 days ago. I felt like I had energy to like speak. It's ironic because I'm tired today. Today did not start off good at all.
Uh-oh.
Today started off terrible actually.
Why?
Because bro, like I woke up, my dad texted me, and I don't know what you think. My dad texted me, and at like 4 a.m.
Oh.
I looked at it, and he was like, "Yeah, I gotta go to the hospital because because no, it's nothing. It's just my grandpa's just stupid. He's cool. But he had to go to the hospital because my grandpa's like his like leg swelled up between like his knee
snap.
to like his leg basically. And I guess but he's stupid because he was eating all this junk food. Like he had Chinese food, he had hoagies, he was eating soul boat. You know what that is?
No, what's that?
Soul food place basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not something a 75-year-old man should not be eating. You feel me? On a regular. You know, that's why his knees swelled up. That's why his legs swelled up. That's why he in the hospital. And you don't get in the hospital and be confused why he there. Like that's why you in the hospital, buddy. But that's how it happened. I woke up, I was like, cool. It's fine because I get to go to the gym, you know, spend my time with guys. I'll be trying to spend time with God in the gym, listening to my basement episode, feeling good. I'm like, you know, I'm like, we're gonna have a good day, you know. Literally on the way to the gym, get pulled over by a cop. And I seen him in my back window. I was like, he better pull me over. He pulled me over. I was like, check my speed.
Were you moving?
No, I was cool. You feel me? So I pulled over. And I'm happy Bull got out. He's a black guy. So I was like, okay, like maybe we be straight. But he came into my window. He was like, yo, license registration. I was like, yeah, can I ask like why you pulled me over? And then he was like, yeah, your registration wasn't valid no more. It was expired, whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, because I paid for a joint, like the new registration,
Yeah.
and it just didn't come in yet. Basically, I had told him, and then now
That should come up on the thing.
later that day, I found out I was wrong. I was tripping, basically, and because there was two options: pay for registration, and the option to like change your address, or use the address that was already there. I'm the person that like checks over everything twice. Like if I'm taking a test, I'm checking my answer like 5 times before I go to the next question. So I wouldn't have felt right if I just left my address. Even though it was right, I want to change my address. So I changed my address and put in the same address. Got confirmation, and I got a confirmation email that I changed my address. You feel me?
Oh, so you changed your address but didn't.
Yeah. So I was like, maybe in my head, I was like, since I got the confirmation email, maybe I was like, okay, I'm solid now, even though just for an address change. So that's what I was thinking. But I was really hard on myself about today because I was like a dumb mistake. But basically, in the moment, I didn't know that. And in the moment, I was telling him like, I thought I paid for my joint, it didn't come in yet. And he was like, oh yeah, that's like a normal thing that happens. Like it happens like all the time. I see this incidents like more than you would think. You feel me? So I was like, we cool then. Like we coolin'. And he was like, yeah, I'm giving you license registration and I'm gonna go ahead and get you out of here over soon. I was like, okay, cool. Like, thank you. Feel me? Went to his car, came back, gave me my stuff, and he was like, yeah, I'm not gonna tell you, what did he say? I'm not gonna tell you, and I'm not gonna give you no points on your license or whatever.
Cool.
I was like, cool, praise God. I didn't peep. He gave me a ticket like under my insurance, handed it off to me, and just like walked off. And then I was like, he gave me back more than what I gave him.
Oh, but you didn't. You were so focused on what he was saying.
Yeah. Now I was like, yo, thank you. Like, I appreciate you. Feel me? And he walked off, and I was like, as I'm driving, feel me? I'm
like, you gave me a
ticket. I was like, he didn't give me a ticket. You know, because he was being cool. I was like, ain't no way he gave me a ticket. You feel me? Long story short, I found out he gave me a ticket.
Dang.
And I was mad because I was like, bro, like, you said this happens all the time. And with me,
he didn't clarify.
I'm very much a principled guy. It's not even that. I'm very much a principled guy. And I was like I was like, okay, yes, I'm in the wrong. But if I'm in your situation, I feel like since this happens like kind of frequently, I'm not gonna go ahead and give you a ticket.
Yeah, I think he didn't tell you that you didn't actually do it.
Yeah, because I'm like, if my intentions weren't malicious, it would have been different in the moment if I was like, I just didn't pay for it. I didn't try to pay for it. Like, yeah, like write me a ticket.
Yeah, I think he only gave it to you because when he checked, he could see that it wasn't.
Yeah, it was
like
just,
even if it's not like they could see that if it's like filed or whatever.
Maybe I don't.
But he didn't tell you that, like, because you remember you said you found out.
Yeah, like later on, like maybe that's buddy. I don't know. Basically, but I was kind of like not. I was trying not to be pressed. You feel me?
Yeah.
But this is where I tell
that's
you,
kind of annoying.
I always work on my mindset. I'm literally always working on my mindset. Later in the day, I was in the gym. Not even later in the day. I was like literally 20 minutes later. I was in the gym. And I was like, you know what? This is a perfect opportunity to like love my enemies. Because in this moment, he's not my friend. He's my enemy. Bro, I tell you, I prayed so hard for him. Like,
what did you pray for him?
Bless his life.
Oh, okay. I was like, you pray for deliverance? I don't think he needs to be delivered.
Nah, I ain't praying for no deliverance, bro. I was just trying to pay some good things over his life. I was just telling God, like, yo, just basically bless his life, bless his mouth, make it something that he gonna remember, basically. And I want that bill to be my initial response to add controversy in my life when it comes to somebody else. You feel me?
Yeah.
So if someone like does me wrong or does me right, my first option to be prayer and not like spite.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know? So that's something that I was working on. But yeah, that's like a little summary of what my morning was like. I was kind of beating myself up because I hate making dumb mistakes.
I feel that.
Yeah. But I got over it. So I'm pretty much the conversation we had lifted my spirits.
That's what I was gonna say before we got started on like our topic for today. Something like I was thinking about when I ran upstairs was just like how friendship and being around the good people in your life will just help you experience God's joy, help you experience God's rejuvenation.
Yeah, facts.
You know, and His renewal of your spirit.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, because even we both got out the car.
Yeah,
like, I'm tired. I was like, me too. You know, but then like we just started talking, bro. We started talking about God being present in our lives, and then things changed. Like then like everything. Once we just started talking about God and like how He's showing up in our lives, like we just got brighter.
Yeah, bro.
And that was actually one of my first things that I was gonna say. Like, cause can I say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
So today we're talking about our favorite things about being in relationship with God. And so that one of my favorite things is like when I can remember how, not just when I can remember, but knowing how present He is in my life. Because like as we're talking about it, just talking about how He's showing up for us changed my whole mood. Like I haven't even been sleeping too much lately because I've been like working hard, not restless, but I'm working hard and I'm not hustling either.
What's it in between?
Yeah, I'm working the field that God gave me.
Yeah,
this is a big field.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm working hard, but at the same time, like when you work hard, you still get tired. So I've been doing it, and I've been doing it for a little minute. But, you know, talking about God's presence and focusing on the good things, like in Philippians 4, it talks about focusing on like whatever is good, think on these things.
Yeah.
Like it just helped me feel so much better. But also knowing that, you know, you and my dad are like people that help me like remember those things.
Right. I don't want to cut you off.
No, I'm good. Yeah.
No, yeah. Because I'm gonna go ahead and answer that question too. I don't want to steal your answer, but like, yeah, same, like ditto.
Nah, you don't gotta. Nah, because that was one of my. But I know my main joint is not that.
That ties into because, like lately, I don't know if I said it on camera on this platform anyway, but with the whole money situation, not having a job, I have a girlfriend. I'm looking to get married.
Mm-hmm.
I don't got no income. Not had income, kind of got snatched away from me. You feel me? So a lot of things going on in my head, like about money, and like the past. It was 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, it might have been. And I was just so tired for so long because I was thinking about it. Because I remember on one of the episodes here, I said I was so sad, and I've been sad for a grip. And like I was talking to Emily like 2 days ago, and she was like, "Yeah, like you was sad for months, like it was crazy." And she was like, "You're not usually like that." Like that was.
Yeah, when you were going to the gym.
I think that was within that period, and and I was just like, and one day I was just being sad, and I was like, I'm tired of being sad, bro. And I was like, okay, we're gonna break this down. Like, I know why I'm sad, but there has to be like another route that I'm just not getting to. Because
Mm.
I'm always the guy who finds the roots, as I always say. I'm
Mhm.
always trying to find the root. And I knew like the root of it was just like trying to struggle. I'm struggling to keep things like trying to keep it together under my own control type
Yeah.
of thing. Even though I think I'm giving it to God, but I think I give it to God with my mouth and not with my heart. You know what I
Like,
mean?
cause you knew you should, but you didn't like you didn't know that you didn't release it.
I didn't know. That's really what it was. I really felt wholeheartedly that I did, and I thought I was just doing what I was supposed to be doing in the moment.
Mhm.
Because even though I'm not, like the Bible says, worry about nothing and pray about everything.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I prayed about it, but I still gotta think about the fact that I got no money coming in because it's real life. You feel me?
Mhm.
I gotta be real. Like,
Yeah.
like I can't just.
That's yeah.
I'm not living in a fairy tale. You feel me? So I'm thinking about this, and I'm like, well, why do I gotta be a fairy tale? That's what I was telling myself. I'm
Mm.
like, why do I gotta be a fairy tale? Like,
You said why do or
why
why?
do I gotta be a fairy tale?
Oh.
Like,
Oh.
quite literally, why do I have to take my money? Like, what? Give me one good reason. And I was thinking, and I couldn't, because I was like, if says, if God is who He says He is, then I'm only supposed to think about the things that I can control, and I can control how much money like I'm getting. I can control how much money I'm bringing in. I can't control. I made a video yesterday or 2 days ago, quite literally just for me, and I posted it. And I said in the video, because God was like, you can't control how much money you bring into your to the table, basically. And I said, no, like I can control that because like my effort produces like money.
Mm.
My effort brings in money. You feel me?
Mhm.
And he basically said back to me, no, um, effort can bring in money. Effort can equal money, but effort doesn't always equal money. Basically, because the principle was
That's
the
facts.
world is not fair type of thing.
Yeah.
So just because you put in a certain type of work doesn't mean you're gonna get that certain type of
Yeah.
work out. Which is why when we reap what we sow, we gotta make sure we're reaping into God, because God is gonna get His
Yeah,
regardless.
that's his standard.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody doesn't honor that standard.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah,
it's not theirs.
it's not theirs. So I was thinking about all this. I'm going through my head, and I'm like, you know what? I'm so tired of being sad. I'm tired of not being myself. I'm just gonna let it go. So I was like, yo, God, I'm saying it with my mouth, but I'm saying it with my heart now too. You feel me? So you have this whole money thing. This is yours. I'm not. I was
Mhm.
like, I'm not thinking about it no more. Ever since that day, I have not thought about how to make money or anything. But I haven't thought anything. It's been so weird. I've thought anything about money, and I've been so much happier. I've felt amount of peace I have not felt in months since
Mm.
I've started thinking about it. And I also realized that it was tied to this other thought. I kept thinking about like Marriage with Emily,
Mhm.
because I was so sad in my season, and I knew that being in that season with her was going to make me super happy. And I was not rushing to be in that season, but I was like, I can't wait to be in that
Ooh.
season. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
But that same mindset was kind of
Dangerous.
intertwined with the mindset of like trying to control the whole money situation. So when I let go of the money thing, I let go of the marriage thing. I've thought about marriage like
Yeah,
at
no,
all
that's
since
and
then.
that's like, bro, when we talk about um things not being sin, but things not being the way God would have
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Because that's like, if you're not careful, yeah, marriage is a good thing, especially when it's with somebody that you love like that.
Right, right.
Well, only really when it's somebody that you love like that. Otherwise, the marriage ain't.
Yeah.
You don't want to be there.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, and to like, it almost repurposes your marriage in a way. Instead of like enjoying it because you enjoy it, you like it because it's saving you from something else
Mhm.
that it shouldn't save you from.
And I had that conversation with Emily as well. And I had that conversation about basically letting her know, no, I don't want to just marry you for sex or and all that. And we had the conversation, and I had to reassure her of things because I was so much the type of person to be like just I was talking about marriage in a way that sounded like I was rushing towards it, no matter
Yeah.
what my intentions were, and that like cut her a certain type of way. You feel me? So
Yeah.
I had to like re-show her what my true intentions were, and she's seeing like that now, and she's seeing how I'm being more patient and everything. And I told her like what the root of everything was, and she understands because Emily is like a great girl. She understands like what I'm telling her for the most part, like all the time, because she's understanding everything that I'm doing isn't out of malicious intent. She
Mhm.
knows I'm doing it out of love. But yeah, like that was a whole nother conversation that we had to have simply because of that mindset that I had to break.
Yeah, as you were saying that, one thing that came to my mind was something I was thinking about like earlier this week. Cause you're saying like you was worried about the money, even though you thought you released it.
Mm,
And as I'm thinking about myself with strongholds and like how we talked about last time with fear and stuff, not just with strongholds, but with anything, I feel like when you're walking through a season with God, you walk through um I'll say it in a couple different ways. You walk through a desert to eventually cross a line.
Yeah.
You walk through a forest to eventually cross a line. You sail across an ocean to eventually step foot on land,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so it's like you're going through these regions that are large for a long time, and then all of a sudden you're not there anymore.
Mm-hmm. I know
Like
what you mean.
once you step out of the desert, you're out the desert. You might still be able to see it. It might be like 2 feet from you, but you can take 2 feet and be stepping into a forest.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can take one step out of a forest and now not longer be in that forest.
Mm-hmm.
Once you step off the boat, you're not in the ocean
You're
anymore.
not there no more.
But you was crossing that thing for a long
grip.
time.
A grip.
And so it's like we walk miles to cross borders.
Mm-hmm.
And once you cross that border, you're not where you used to be.
Right.
You know?
Facts.
So it's like all that time, because I think what you're showing is how much of it is a choice, and that choice is based on our belief. Like he said, do I believe God is who he says he is?
Yes.
And it's like, you got to choose. It's like, well, why don't I feel? It's like, now you have to choose.
That's another thing that I did. I thought about, I think I said it in the other podcast too, that verse, it's in 1 Samuel, and I think I brought it up in another podcast. I'm just going to recap. David had to encourage himself after the people were
Yes.
going to stone him. That's been in my head like a lot lately. I have a few verses like running in my head all the time, but sometimes when I hear a certain verse, it just sticks to me. You feel me?
Mhm.
And it doesn't really leave my side.
I might have to keep that one, bro.
Yeah, that
'Cause that's
one-
a good. That's a
That
good
that one, it's been very like relevant.
relevant.
Relevant to me like lately. So now in the moment, I was like, but like we have a choice, and like why would I choose to continue in this sorrow when I know that God doesn't do this whole pity thing?
I tell you,
He doesn't.
I think we do that because feelings can be accurate, but there's a certain point where feelings are no longer valid.
Mm,
And I know for a lot of people that probably sounds crazy, but it's true. You can have a logical and a natural emotional response to something, but at a certain point, that emotional response is no longer valid. And it stops becoming valid when it stops you from doing what you need to be doing.
that's biblical too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Bible, we already know the heart is deceitful.
Mhm.
So of course, if my emotions aren't always going to be valid, because if they were, I'd be able to trust my own heart instead of
Right.
God's.
Yeah. And it's like emotion, like, so a good example is you like anger.
Yeah.
You can, if someone does something that is, we all, let's say, I'm not even gonna say any given thing, but just something that we all would agree is like, oh, I see why he got mad,
Yeah.
but then he slapped the dude in the face. Now, oh wow, that was kind of crazy.
What?
I'm not gonna go there. I don't feel like we need to talk about that.
But
But like, if
I was
you-
thinking about like this morning for me. Like if I would have slapped
Oh.
the cop in the face.
yeah, that would be wild.
Yeah.
They'd be like, bro, we get you're upset. We know that
Yeah.
you don't. Nobody wants a ticket, but you can't slap the
I
cop
can't
in
do
the face.
that.
Guess what? Now you clink clink.
You're
Nah,
going to
nah.
jail, buddy.
You're going to jail.
You're going to jail,
And
buddy.
that's like you can get serious time for that.
Yeah.
For
It's an
one
offense.
slap.
Yeah.
And let him not be let him be well liked in the department. Let him be
Right.
somebody that's well liked in the community. That's like on his way to being like, I don't know, like
mayor
chief,
or something like that. Yeah,
something
you feel
big,
me?
you know. That's gonna come with extra.
Yeah.
But I will say, in moments where I have felt really stretched by my emotions, like when I feel like my emotions are really trying me and I really want to give into it, when I don't give into it and I submit to discipline, afterwards I find like, oh wow, I have more in me than I thought I did. Like, I didn't think I had it in me to be that kind, or I didn't think I had it in me to be that patient, or I didn't think I had it in me to like keep doing that homework when like I kept not seeing the results, but I kept doing it anyway. I found out I had a little more in me than I thought.
Mhm.
But that joint is refreshing.
No, yeah, but most definitely. And I don't know if this leads into that, but like I was about to say, you know that meme about what is it? Like the girlfriends with the boyfriend, and they're like,
yeah,
when the
she like chilling.
I have no thoughts, my boyfriend is around type of thing. I was like, that's literally how I feel with God. That's all around. My favorite part is about him. Like, if I choose to, I can be thoughtless up here
Mhm.
because God's the one who's telling me where to go, what to do, and I'm just like, okay,
Yeah,
like yeah, for sure. And I've gotten to the point where I was talking to my my dad's friend yesterday, And because he came to the house to stop by. It's funny, he walked in the house. I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, what? You just walking from my yard to the side door. I was like, where'd you get here? Like, who are you? But he sat down. He was talking to me when my dad had left, and he was like, yo, like what are you doing now, basically? I hate that question. You know, whatever. You feel me? And I told him about my social media, and I told him like I'm trying to get a job at like Rowan because my aunt she's trying to hook me up basically. And I told him about that. But I was like, if I don't get the job, like I'm not pressed either because like
I already know what that did.
yeah, I was like something gonna work out. And he didn't look. I felt like I felt him look at me like a certain type of way, but like also like he knows like, oh, you Ronnie's son, like you know what you're talking about type of thing. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But if I feel like if I was his son saying that, he would have looked at me like, boy, like you feel me? Because he was talking about how his son don't got no plan and all that, and like just don't got no plan. He feel like, and that's a problem. You be 23 years old, you gotta get out of the house at some point. And I'm thinking, I'm like, I'm not gonna cap. I'm not gonna catch you, my friend. I don't got no plan. It's crazy because I had a plan. You feel me? I had something. It wasn't even like a full plan. I had something, but ever since I decided to let the money go, I let everything go.
Doug, it is terrifying. It is terrifying to rely on God that much.
Bro, it's crazy because you know I'm always saying when we're walking in the spirit, you feel two things at once. You know?
Yes.
Bro, it was the most peaceful, terrifying feeling I've ever felt. I've ever felt it.
Right, it's like it's because we're like what is the scripture that says like don't be double-minded?
Yeah.
It's that. Mm-hmm. But like when he says don't be double-minded, it's not something that you will. Now, the context, I believe when he's saying, I think it's Paul, he's saying that, and the context of it is a little bit different. But if we take that principle of being double-minded, we have to actively work against being double-minded and choose life, choose the spirit, because the flesh is part of us.
Yeah.
It's going to react. It's going to respond. So like when that comes up, when we are both terrified and confident, because I do believe God is who he says he is, that is the one I got to lean on more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there is, and when he says don't be lukewarm, it's because if you're lukewarm, you'll go crazy. And sometimes if you're lukewarm and you don't lean into like believing God is who he is, you'll be out here in this deep water and you'll like you'll row. Because it's a rowboat.
Yeah,
it's not a big boat. It's a rowboat.
You're not on a yacht.
No, it's a rowboat.
Get your paddle.
Yes. Because you'll paddle sometimes when he says go, but then other times when you're terrified, you'll stop paddling.
And you know what's crazy? I feel like we feel two things at once because we're not just spirit, but we're also body.
Yes,
know?
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
we're both of those things.
But it's like I'm trying to put the image in the head of everybody. You feel me? Like, I know we both know, everybody knows, yay, we're spirit, yay, we're flesh. Like, woo, you feel me? But I'm imagining, like, you know how on certain boats you need 2 people to row?
Yeah.
One on this side, one on that side.
Oh, or you'll go in circles.
Yes.
If only one rows.
Bro, my flesh, I feel like he's on this side, and my spirit's on this side. Spirit's all with God. Flesh is like, no, I don't want to go that way no more. You know? Ooh. Backing up. And I'm like, nah, like, we can still do this. Like, God got us. I don't know God. No, like
I don't know him.
No, like we can go. You know, that's why it's like a fight on the boat, because I always feel like I gotta. That's why you gotta subdue the flesh.
Yeah,
you gotta kill the flesh every single day. Because every single day I wake up, even if I killed him yesterday, he waking up. Next thing you know,
fresh.
Yeah, and it's crazy because talk about with the dreams. He done woke up while I'm asleep. And he rolled back the other way.
He was waiting for you to chill.
He didn't even wait. He already started rowing.
No, I'm saying like when you was awake.
Oh, but yeah.
He was like, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, we're going back here. We're going back here because it's crazy. Because I'll have certain dreams. I wouldn't have thoughts. Wouldn't have had thoughts in like in a grip. And I'll give context, wet dreams or whatever. I wouldn't have had like lustful thoughts in the grip or whatever it is. I wake up from like a wet dream or from any type of lustful dream. Next thing you know, I'm thinking about things I haven't thought about in months.
Yeah.
Where did this come from?
As you were giving that boat analogy, I was like, oh snap. If I had to use the same analogy, I would say I always have a paddle.
Yeah.
and I'm picking who my partner is.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna pick the spirit? You're gonna pick the flesh.
Mm.
Because the flesh is definitely gonna roll against you. Spirit will roll with you.
Yeah.
And actually, you'll roll with the spirit. Matter of fact, neither one of them is rolling with you. You are always rolling with them.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't lead the spirit
Nah,
leads you.
Yeah.
And guess what? You don't lead the flesh either. It leads you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about whoever you're going to allow to, because the spirit, and another reason why it's always them leading you is because the spirit always rolls forward. The flesh always rolls backwards.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about you. Which way are you gonna choose? What partner are you picking?
It's crazy because that's literally like the definition of being a sheep.
Yeah.
That we just can't do nothing
You go with
by
the shepherd.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we just
You
need
need
a
the
shepherd.
shepherd.
We need a shepherd. We
So
can't
pick
do
your shepherd. Which one you want?
literally.
Because
You
there's
gotta
plenty
choose.
of shepherds.
And that's why the Bible always makes everything so it's black and white. Like it's the verse, you can't serve two masters because
Yep.
you're gonna hate one and like love the other.
Yeah.
And that verse, that principle is like throughout the Bible. Like literally, when the devil tempted Jesus in the garden, was that garden?
Gethsemane.
In the wilderness. In the wilderness, yeah. And he was telling him that you can have like the whole city,
Mhm.
something that was already his.
Yes.
But like that was very black and white. You feel
Yeah.
me? That was like quite literally the devil saying, "I'm gonna give you darkness," and Jesus is like, "I'm already the
I'm
light.
the light.
I'm already the light. It don't make no sense for me to choose darkness when I'm already the light. And you're telling me that I'm the light.
Yeah.
Like, you're telling me that I can jump off this cliff and have angels come get me, but in the same breath, you're telling me also like you're gonna give me all this.
Bro, that's that 1 + 1 = 3. So go ahead and beat the.
You feel me? You feel
That's
me?
that.
Like, it don't make no sense.
Don't make no
Like, what
sense.
you're saying to me is just not adding up.
Yeah. And he's really like pushing you. He's trying to trick you by your own faith.
Yeah.
He's like, you the son of God, right? Prove it. Jump. Say I ain't the son of who?
No, yeah, literally.
Like, bro, I don't gotta do that for you.
Yeah.
I already know why. I know who I am. If you believe it, you believe it. If you don't, you don't. I know where I'm gonna be
Mm-hmm.
every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know what I'm doing right now, and I know where I'm gonna be when I'm done.
Yeah.
So if you believe, like, I don't need you. I don't need to prove anything to you. I'm God approved.
I'll say that's my other favorite thing. My other favorite thing about being in a relationship with God is the authority that we have in Jesus Christ. Because we can choose when we want to have that authority. Like I said before when we started this podcast, I was telling them, not before the podcast, before this episode, and I was telling him about these dreams I've been having. Basically the wet dreams. And I want to have control in my dreams because like I don't want to have wet dreams, obviously. So, and I was telling him, I've been praying for them to stop. That's what I've been telling you. And you was like, nah, don't pray for them to stop. Pray for like awareness in your dream. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do that. And I prayed for that, like literally when you told me, I think I've been praying since then. And this week I've been having dreams. I've been completely aware. One of the dreams, and I've been having like multiple dreams in one night. And one of the dreams I had last night, basically, I was in my bed and my dad and my cousin rushed in my room. My dad was snapping on me about something. I don't know what it was, but basically I stood my ground against my dad and I was basically yapping back at him. And I ended up chasing him from my room back to his room. His room's like on the other side of the house and we're upstairs. But it's basically just a straight line. He crosses a balcony and goes to his room. So he goes to his room and I'm yelling at him all the way back to his room. Not yelling, but like talking like loud, like being like assertive. And he gets to his room and he stops. And I'm still talking about whatever. But when I get to his room, this awareness starts to come over me. And I'm like, yo, I'm in a dream right now. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? And I was like, and I just started saying like, yo, you can't hurt me because you're a demon. And then my dad, like, he looked at me like yo, he finally figured it out. Like
Because it wasn't actually his dad.
it wasn't actually my dad. He was like, he finally figured it out. And as soon as I said that, he's just got this mean, evil grin on his face. Just start smiling, start chuckling, laughing. Lights start flickering in the dream, in the room. Just start flickering all over the place. My dad's laughing and everything. And I don't know where my cousin went. When my dad's sitting there laughing, like the most like sinister laugh and everything. And I was like, usually in my dreams, I can't speak really because if I wear my retainer, I feel like I have something in my mouth in my dreams. So my mouth just feels like stuck together. I think I wore my retainer on this night, but I was able to speak pretty fluently, and I ended up saying like I was aware of the authority that I had in Jesus Christ, and it's like I knew my verses. I knew. It's like I was me right now in my
Mhm.
dream, and I was like, yo, you can't hurt me in the name of, and I couldn't say Jesus. That's the only word I could not say. I couldn't say Jesus, and I was just like, in the name of,
Huh.
and it just didn't come out. But I thought it. So because I thought it, that's like all you got to do, really. And I ended up waking up from that dream. But as I woke up, I was like, Jesus.
You know what, bro? I'm gonna challenge you
Oh, go ahead.
because now that I'm hearing you talk about that dream again, even though you were in his room, this is your mind
That's exactly what I was thinking.
because you were in your room, but then you went. Where did he go?
To his room.
Where he thought, because that's like the. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's like, bro, it's levels to it. And I've been
Mhm.
finding that because I pray against lustful dreams too. Like, because the spirit you don't gotta do nothing for the spirit to be tempted. It just will be.
It just will be.
It will be.
Yeah.
That's like you don't gotta, you put a piece of turkey in front of somebody or a good piece of chicken, the mouth going
Yeah.
they're gonna start
spoil that
getting
joint.
hungry.
Yeah.
They're like, even if you're not hungry, you're gonna be like, I could eat.
Yeah, right.
I could eat. Like, yeah, why not? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And so you're finding out how deep the heart goes
Mm-hmm.
because it's like you claimed authority over you got consciousness,
Mm-hmm.
but now it's like no, I actually own all of this.
Mm-hmm. It's my head.
But he ran there because he's
Right.
still thinking like, yeah, but okay, you figured it out, but this is still mine too.
Right.
It's like no, you're fully evicted, bro.
Yeah, right.
Or no, matter of fact, come visit if you want. Just be ready to die.
Yeah, literally.
I'm gonna kill you. Come in here, I'm gonna kill you, and I'm gonna kill you every time.
Quite literally, because in my dream, I remember thinking, and I remember looking around, everything was super vivid. And I remember thinking, this is my dream. Like,
Yeah.
I have control here. Like,
Yeah.
and I wasn't scared at
That's
all.
you.
I wasn't fearful or anything. I was just like, you messed with the wrong guy type of thing. You feel me? Because I was like, I knew my authority that I had in Jesus Christ, and I knew I did not have to speak his name
Mhm.
for me to cast him out my head.
Yeah.
You know? And I knew it was a demon because it just felt too. That's the first thing I thought about.
Yeah.
When I had my awareness, I was like, yo, that's a demon. That's
Yeah,
not
bro.
right, you know? And that's not the first time that has happened either. So when I woke up, I was like, yeah, like we gonna keep praying them prayers
Mhm.
for awareness, and we're gonna claim that authority because Jesus said that I'm the co-heir of him and I'm the heir to
And
God.
I drink from that cup.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna drink from that cup and not take the benefits.
you know what I'm talking about. Like, why would I do that? And that's why it's important to know your Bible and know your word, because when you gotta fight,
you
when
need
you
to
sleep,
fight.
when you fight, when you sleep, do you know what you're still talking about?
It's gotta
be in here. Because if I didn't know that, and if I did not know the verse about the authority that we have in Jesus Christ, I don't know if I would have been able to fight that battle.
It has to
You
be
gotta
a
believe it.
because like how we talked about the last episode, what you believe, you don't have to think about. It just is how you move.
Yes, it walks into you.
Yeah, like you be like, oh, they're like, oh, he moved different. Yeah, he got a different belief system.
Yeah, because the word, like we always said, the word is alive.
Yes.
The word is alive, and the word's going to be alive while you still sleeping.
Let it feed on like you. Come on now,
Come on.
you sleep not dead.
Yeah, nah. You still here. You still on this earth.
Yeah, bro. Enemy don't care, bro. Cause like so much happens at night.
Mhm.
Nighttime is where it goes down.
Yeah.
Goes down at nighttime. Think about before you go, bro. Most of the vices that we have as people, they happen when the sun goes down.
Mhm.
And it changes the way we act when the sun comes back up.
Quite literally.
Yes.
Would there be like club Saturday night and church Sunday morning?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it changes the way where you go on Saturday night determines how you will be
Sunday
wherever
morning.
you
Yeah,
are.
wherever
Sunday
you're gonna
morning.
be. Yeah.
You could be in church, but bro, I don't care what nobody say. You do not feel the same in church after being at the club versus when you don't go.
Nah.
You don't feel the same, bro.
Nah.
And that's not just for that. It's for anything. Like, you know? And the quicker we realize that things in our lives have influence, the faster we will be able to be free people in the identity that God gives us. Because I was even having a conversation at work earlier this week about somebody asked me if I listen to secular music. I was like, I'm not against it, but for where I am right now, I can't because I'm too sensitive.
Mhm.
Like the music that I listen to, like I like secular music, like not all of it, but I have artists that I like.
Mhm.
But for what I'm doing right now, go back to what we were saying earlier, the music gives me this confidence to validate my feelings beyond what they actually should be.
Yeah.
Like when I hear this song, it makes me sit in this feeling so long to the point that I actually don't go do the thing that my life feels most incomplete if I
Mm.
don't do it.
Mm.
For example, like if I'm in my feels about whatever, sadness, it could be like loneliness, whatever the case might be. Oh yeah, bro, I'm gonna just go ahead and chill out. Like I've been doing pretty good. Like, but today I just feel so I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna chill out, watch some movies, like play the game, do whatever.
Mm.
And it's like, yeah, that's cool if it's to be restful, but not because like your feelings are putting a weighted blanket over you
Right.
and like saying, hey, lay down.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I don't want to lay down.
Yeah.
I want to go do that thing that I love to do.
Right.
Because when I don't do that thing that I love to do, I don't feel right.
Right.
And I'm not me when I'm not doing that.
Right.
Your feelings, bro, are not who you are.
Mm-mm.
What you do, what God purposes for you, who He's made you, that is who you are.
Yeah.
And that, bro, not being who you are will kill you.
Oh, what? Of course. That goes back to the whole like black and white thing. But I'm not even gonna stay on that. What's your other thing about God that is your favorite? 'Cause I know there's more, and I want to get through.
Because I low-key don't want to. I don't want to jump in if. Oh,
What?
I think the timer went off, but it didn't go off.
No way. It has been 40 minutes.
I set it for 35. It didn't even go off. Yeah, because it's donezo.
Oh,
But I already was kind of thinking like I knew it was close.
I
And
didn't
I don't
know.
want to. I don't want to open that box yet because we couldn't cover it. I could say it and then like, or do you want me to not say it?
You can say it.
I was gonna say, and we kind of been talking about this. I love how God gives us what we need and not what we think we need. Because when we have a prayer to God or when we ask something of Him, we don't always know what the answer looks like until we get it.
Mm-hmm.
Give you an example. When I'm praying for patience, purity, or peace, happiness, joy, I don't know what it is that is going to bring me that,
Right.
what I'm searching for. God does.
Right.
So when He gives it to me, He knows what it is, but I don't always be like, that's the answer. That's
Well,
it right there.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what we often do, and I'll say this again in the next episode, we pray for transformation without a transformative process.
Mm-hmm.
And not only without the process, but we're like, nah, I actually don't want it. I just want to wake up tomorrow and be patient.
I have an example that I want to give too before we stop.
Okay, go
Because
ahead. Yeah.
that's literally, I don't know if I talked to you about it, but I think I have. But basically, with the whole praying for something and then not expecting like the process that you're about to go through,
Yeah.
because I was praying for something good. I was like, yo, God, like I'd love to have some more faith.
You
Like,
wild out.
and I wasn't even just praying. That's like a daily prayer for me.
You didn't even know that was a thing. You was doing a dangerous
I didn't know.
prayer.
I didn't know. That's been like a daily prayer for kind of a grip now. You feel me? Like
He will answer it.
He did answer it, and I think that's kind of why life has been kind of crazy this past year. And I'm not saying that it's my fault, but I feel like the prayers kind of attributed to why things kind of started getting crazy. Because I can't increase my faith if I'm not going to be backed against a corner where I have not even back against a corner, but back through a corner. You feel me? To where I'm like, yo, God, I'm trying, but like you said, like have your way. Like I gotta trust you, also and all that. So, but the other day I was thinking about life and everything, and I was getting ready. I think I was getting ready to stream because I've been streaming now. If I 6_Christian on Twitch, if you want to come see me stream, I've been really scared about streaming, and I got over my fear of streaming, and I did it, and I've done it for twice already. So if you want to come
yourself in
support
the
me,
Lord.
yeah, I've been carrying myself in the Lord. So if you want to come support me on Twitch, and I appreciate it. If you don't, I still appreciate you. I love you. But yeah, I was sitting down, and I was just thinking, and I was talking to God, and I was just like, yo, like you really you increased my faith. Like I'm sitting here walking every single day, not thinking about money. I'm sitting here walking every day without a plan.
Yeah.
I'm waking up, I'm here. Like whatever God got me to do today, like that's all I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about the future. I'm not thinking about the past. I'm not thinking about anything except for what my assignment is right now in this moment. You know how freeing that is and how much faith that takes to be able to have that type of focus
Bruh.
every single day?
That's literally that's how I get by.
It's absolutely insane.
It is insane.
Especially not having no job.
Preston Morrison, though, are you crazy enough?
Is that what he said?
That was the title of one of his.
That's a bar.
Are you crazy enough?
Because it's facts. I'm like, I have no job. I just got out of college. I know that people will probably be looking at me like, yo, you gonna get out your house?
Bro, these are some phrases that are key to my life. I'm adding the one person more. Are you crazy enough? It's about to get good.
I remember that one, yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
Mhm.
It must be about to get good because look at where we are.
Where we are right now.
Like
Yeah.
right now, it looks like I am crazy.
Right.
It looks like I'm a fool. It looks like what the heck is he doing?
Right.
It looks like no one else is doing this.
Right.
So it must be about to get
good. It must be.
Like, God, you said we would win, and it's 1,000 to 1. It must be about to get
All I be
good.
thinking about, bro. Because mind you, I still got a girlfriend that I'm trying to prepare for
Yeah.
marriage for. So I be having conversations with her, and I'd be like, "Yo, do you still trust me to like be a
And
provider?"
not let your fear impact the way you see yourself, because the way you see yourself will become the way she sees you.
Oh, will it?
Indeed, it already is.
Oh, wow.
That's always
didn't know
going to be
that.
true. Yeah, that's for every in numbers, and we thought of ourselves as grasshoppers in their own eyes.
Their own eyes.
We saw ourselves as grasshoppers, and so we were in their eyes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
That's literally what it
yeah.
says.
Mhm.
And so we were in their eyes. We thought of ourselves as grasshoppers, and so we were. Meaning, therefore, because we saw ourselves that way, they saw us that way.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, that's a bar.
But that's for everything.
Right.
You could change it. And I saw myself as a man of God.
Mhm.
So they saw me as a man of God. Because
I like that.
when I'm trying to be Christ, like I want to be a reflection, as close as a reflection as I can get.
That's all I've been thinking about lately.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like, because, bruh, take like a football player like Jalen Hurts. He saw himself as a quarterback.
Yeah.
So what position does he play?
Quarterback.
Does he decide he plays quarterback? Who decides first?
Coach. Oh, him.
Him.
Yeah.
He decides. Then the coach is like, oh, that's a quarterback.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Train yourself in the way you want to go. People will recognize what you've picked.
Oh, yeah. That's literally, you should have said Tyreek Hill. Because Tyreek Hill, people were trying to say that he was a punter. Because he came to the league, I think, as a punt returner. Not a punter, punt returner.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that's crazy, right?
It's
Yeah. But people, I remember Jalen Ramsey was saying that he's not worried about guarding Tyreek. He's just a punt returner who just happened to be a receiver right now. You feel me? Look at Tyreek right now.
Guard him.
Look at Tyreek right now. I think that was Jalen Ramsey's first or second year when he was like,
he was
popping.
He was talking heavy.
He was backing it up too. He was best corner in the league. I was like, you know what? He got it. You feel me? But Tyreek was that bull too at receiver stuff. But since Tyreek saw himself as a receiver first, he was like, I'm not no punt returner. He said that too. He said, I'm not a punt returner. I can.
It's like, why would you? If
I'm a receiver.
You walk into what's it called? I don't know. I'm gonna pick it something different. You're not gonna walk into a carpenter shop and a man who's making like carpets, and you walk in there, he's making a carpet. He's like, no, I'm a glass maker.
Right. No,
well, if you didn't want me to think you were a carpenter, you should have had a glass shop.
Yeah. You're on the wrong scenery.
I thought you were a carpenter because you're in here doing carpentry.
Right.
So it's like, if you didn't want me to think you was a grasshopper, then stop you acting like a grasshopper. So what was I supposed to look at you and be like, you're a giant?
You're a giant. Yeah, I feel you.
Now, certain friends, and like there was a bishop who spoke on this a couple weeks ago. He says, God will put people in your life who have a revelation from him about who you are. And those are the people you keep close. Like, I feel like you are that to me.
Me?
Like, yeah.
I have a revelation about you?
Yeah, like the way, whether you know it or not, like the way that you speak into my life about my gifts and the stuff that I do, you see it as from God. Now, I see myself that way too. But sometimes, like, definitely, like, earlier, you made me feel a certain way that I was like, dang, bro, like, people see me like that? But I'll tell you, that is because I was walking by faith. So even though I didn't feel all the way aligned with it yet, I didn't feel like I still was fighting some lies.
Yeah.
Because I was deciding to walk in the truth, even before my feelings caught up, other people still are like, oh yeah, that's that.
I know what you mean.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So even though like, I'm like,
yeah, right.
You're like, oh, he's that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, so don't like, because we're gonna touch on this soon. Know what?
We're going to steward this time properly. He got to do something soon.
Yeah.
Man, that was a fast episode.
Not really. It was probably like 45, 50.
That joint felt like literally 20 minutes. But, all
Good
right.
stuff.
All right, y'all. I guess we done.
Yeah.
I got a lot more to say, but we got to
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah, we're gonna
stop.
keep going. We're gonna be
Yeah.
fresh.
But we're going to see y'all next time.
All right, peace.
Peace.